This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. And hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We are at Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania. Frank, the site of so many historic moments. Great players have made their mark here. Sam Snead, Ben Hogan, Jack Nicklaus, Ernie Els, a long and distinguished list.
Oakmont, if it's not the most difficult golf course in North America, Rich, it's certainly one of the most difficult golf courses. With its 210 bunkers, really personified by the church pews, the hard and slick greens that slope away from the player and the tight fairways. This golf course always requires the utmost precision.
That appeared to be a good strike right there, Frank.
Oh, good. It's just towering. Look at that, hanging in the sky.
Officials are calling that one around 310 yards.
Where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Settling in now for the second shot here at this opening hole. Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. Frank, I know you love boxing as I do. McIlroy has that big punch knockout ability. It has you on the edge of your seat because, you know, at any moment, he might end the fight.
Yeah, there's always a spark there, or a little simmer, and you think it's just going to burst into flames at one stage and just ignite Rory over any stretch of holes. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, still a long ways to go.
Yeah, I'd like to think at the end of the day he's forgotten about that.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Well, for such a strong man, weak putt.
Now I'll have to make this just to avoid making Michael Dublé. Hit it. This to avoid a huge number. This is for bogey. +1 in the early going. So they'll tap in. 2 over for the day. Relatively short par 4, second hole. Frank, what's the right play off the tee here? It's probably not driver.
It certainly isn't. You need a decent yardage in for your second shot, so you don't really want to hit it past those last of the 6 bunkers on that right side. It leaves a shot of 100, 110 yards. There's another tee box a little further up where they can make it like drivable at 265 yards, but for such a short hole, this is sort of a fearsome one. You always feel like you're making a mistake when you're putting the ball on the tee.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Second shot for Miguel Angel Jimenez. Frank, these days golfers are training like high-level athletes from other sports. Rory McIlroy, for example, has been using a guy by the name of Steve McGregor, who happened to be the trainer for the New York Knicks of the NBA.
And part of his training now is high altitude. The majority of the medal holders, for example, in the Olympics, or medal winners in the Olympics, actually use high altitude training. You can develop more red blood cells in a shorter period of time. But, golf, we've had so many different types of training from the athlete side. But you go back to the old days of Henry Cotton beating an old tire. Vijay Singh picked up on that. Or even the rhythm of Sam Snead. He used to count in the rhythm. It was 1, 2, 3. It was 1 at the top of the swing, 2 at impact, and 3 at the follow through. All those things are still very valid today.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Well, Frank, this is something we've seen more and more of in recent years, players just on the fringe.
Yeah, it's good to see. It shows he's thinking. You don't just have to grab the lob wedge, and that's it. I mean, hybrid, putt, you name it, whatever works.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. One of the game's most lovable characters, Miguel Angel Jimenez, has this for par. So close.
Oh, that even caught me by surprise, Rich. I thought par was in the bag.
This now for bogey. This one just requires a little bit of focus.